Hi guys, this is Mrs. Painter, and today I'm going to be teaching you lesson 1.9 on solving proportions, but more specifically, it's going to be over solving proportions using a strategy called cross multiplication. So our central question is today, how can you use ratio tables and cross products to solve proportions? So hopefully by the end of our lesson today, you will be a little bit on your way to mastering how to cross multiply. And then also I want to draw a little bit of attention to our meme that we have for today's lesson, which is this funny looking dinosaur, but he's asking a very important question. He says, if we are solving proportions, then shouldn't I label? And although we want to make it a joke for teachers, it's kind of not a joke because yes, it's super important to label. So I'll be able to show you why that is as we move through this lesson. If you would like to follow along, make sure that you're using the 1.9 notes that look like this, which can be found on your teacher's LMS page for today's date, which is September 8th. And they will be the 1.9 notes for solving proportions. And they, of course, will look like this. They'll have the dinosaur meme in the corner with, if we're solving proportions, then shouldn't I label? Example 1 has us solving proportions using the cross products property. And there are 4 parts to this, A, B, C, and D, and I'm going to be doing examples A and B with you, and then I'm going to have you do C and D for some on your own practice. So I'm going to dive into this example A. And like I said, we're going to be using cross multiply. So I want you to think about that word cross multiply. And the reason that it's cross is because we're going to be crossing the ratios on the table. So the way we would do this is we're going to be crossing the products of 5 and 21, and we're going to be crossing the same products on the same proportion over here of 7 and x. So when we multiply 5 times 21, we get, 105. So I'm going to multiply those together and get 105. And then I'm going to multiply 7 and x together, and that's going to give me 7x. And because this is a proportion and it has an equal sign up here, we can put an equal sign in the middle of those two products. So now when we look at this, we've actually got an equation because there's an equal sign, and because we have a variable on the left side, we can actually solve for that variable. So this equation is saying that 7 times x is equal to 105. Well, to solve for x, all I need to do is isolate that variable. So I would need to think about, what do I need to do to get that variable all by itself? So if I were to draw my wall, right now this says that x is being multiplied by 7. So if I wanted to get rid of multiplied by 7, I would just have to do the inverse operation of multiply, which is to divide by 7. So I'm going to divide by 7 here. But if I divide on one side by 7, then I have to divide both sides by 7 so that I can keep it balanced, which will leave me with my x term. And then I just have to simplify 105 divided by 7, which is equal to 15. And what this answer means is that if we were to take it and put it in our original proportion up here, 5 over 7 equals x over 21. If we were to take that x and instead change that to a 15, it would make that statement true.